Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here, and welcome to Season 5 of the New Bike Build Series. This amazing season, we're using a brand new 2020 BMW S1000RR with the M package and a 2019 Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory. And with the help of our channel sponsor, the magnificent Miami Manny from Moto Million, we're transforming both of those bikes into something really special and amazing. At the end of the build series, somebody's going to have the choice to make between those two motorcycles. Information on how you might get that call and have that awesome decision to make is in the description. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. It's time for me to leave the chilly environment out here and walk inside and see what Zack's gonna do to the S1000RR today.
We are back on the S1000RR 2020 if you're here in the US.
Yes.
And we're gonna get some carbon fiber frame protectors on it. Looks like we gotta pull our frame slider off, coolant reservoir tank.
Okay.
So we got some other stuff removed, but it looks like, yeah, there's no great way we can get around this hose.
Yeah.
So luckily what we're going to be doing next is installing some Samco coolant hoses anyway.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go ahead and drain the coolant and get this hose out of our way.
Okay.
Alright, we're ever so closer now. Maybe we can finally test fit in here.
Oh, that looks good, man.
Oh yeah. Now we got it.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to be fitting quite nice.
Indeed.
A little springy there. Got it cut out so we can still see our VIN number, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Need that for looking up parts and service. Okay, so with just removing the shifter and our charcoal can, we're able to fit the left side. It's got a little bit of flex right here, but we'll just, once we silicone it on, hopefully we can wrap a zip tie through here, and we'll zip tie it here to hold it until it can dry. So I think we're good to go ahead and attach those.
I think so.
Clean the frame off with some rubbing alcohol, and then apply some silicone to them.
Okay.
Fit much better, and then we won't see that once the frame slider's in place. Got this stuff directly with the carbon fiber pieces, so we're going to go ahead and use it. Power adhesive. MS 9220.
Sounds powerful.
Yes. Official Alpha Racing packaging. It's got to be good, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. Alright, I got it in place everywhere now. Seems to be adhering itself, huh?
Yeah.
Not squirting out everywhere, so that's good. Let's get some zip ties on here. Alright, so we're just fitting the left side frame cover. We use the same silicone. Get some zip ties on it to hold it in place. Hopefully it'll dry nice and tight.
That's a brilliant idea, man.
Yeah, it worked really well on the R1M.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it works just as well here. Yeah, I think we're going to get these Samco hoses on.
Oh, I love those.
It's going to look great on the left side of the bike because you will be able to see it. And they're supposed to just help the coolant move along quicker and keep it cooler. And we're going to install engine ice, of course, so you're ready for the racetrack.
Yes.
And like I said before, this bike is a little bit different if you follow the service procedures for installing coolant. They don't just have you pour the coolant in. We're going to use this tool called a lift pump, so we'll see how that works.
Okay.
But first we got to get the hoses on.
Yep.
The gas tank's off.
Nice.
And you can see it has a nice big air box. It's a little shorter than it used to be. This is the suspension computer, I believe. The starter's in a little different spot. You used to be looking right at the starter.
Yeah.
Our throttle bodies have 2 motors on them because they split it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so they can actually control the cylinders separately. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look, and if you were familiar with the older versions of the bike, you can see it's completely different. It's really narrow right here.
Yes.
Used to be a lot wider, but I think it's a little wider right here. Up in the spars. But anyway, let's get our hose swapped out. Luckily, we don't have to reuse the clamp, so
Oh,
I
good.
don't really care how it comes off.
Yeah.
We just need it off.
Chainsaw?
I don't think we can fit it in there.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, though.
Oh, almost. Boom. It's just
Get the
so.
hose moving. All right. When you tighten these clamps, you don't want to go too tight. You're just going to snug them up.
Okay.
Because otherwise you could rip the hose.
Ooh.
And you will, after riding, you'd want to, maybe like 500 miles, 1,000 miles, probably want to go back over all these clamps and just snug them up. They will loosen up a bit.
Okay.
Or they seat into the hose, you know, that they're loosening. It's that the hose kind of shrinks around it, you know?
Yeah.
And I've seen little weeps and stuff caused just from that. These factory hose clamps, you can buy pliers that have these little metal ends. They don't have to be these specific ones. They should have them at the auto parts store. Yeah. Sometimes they're even on a long string. It's really worth it just so you don't... These clamps are pretty springy and this locks so you can move it.
Yes.
That way you don't got to worry about getting your finger pinched.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the main reason to get the correct pliers for these clamps. Let's get this top hose off. These tools are great too for just breaking that connection. You don't want to poke the hose, but you get it in behind it, slide it all the way around. Because once you slide around, the connection to whatever the hose was on is broken and then you can slide it right off.
Oh, that's cool.
Like so. Otherwise, see, it's really stuck. You can't really twist it. Just get the tool in there. They make these in different lengths and shapes and sizes for applications. Slide it around. And once we get all the way around, it comes right off. So we have this permanent style looking clamp. So the only thing I could think of is we're going to cut through it. I don't think my side cutters would do it all the way at least, so we're just going to score it with this or maybe cut all the way through. All right, I think we're through.
Okay.
That's easy. And now we should be able to use our handy tool here. Actually, we'll probably peel that off out of the way. There, now that can't be holding anything.
Oh.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That was actually pretty cool.
Always the joys of dealing with coolant. Wouldn't be a radiator hose job or just dealing with coolant in general.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't cool for you because you got doused.
No. All right, so we got some dry pants on.
Yes.
Feel much better. I knew there was a reason I forgot to take those home yesterday.
Yes.
Let's slide our new hose onto that fitting.
Man, that looks great.
Slide it onto this fitting. All right, so we got our engine ice. And instead of just pouring it into the cooling system, like I said, we have to put it under a vacuum and suck it in. So we're going to move our engine ice into this container. That's the reason I have 3 of them. It really should only require 2. But the hose that's going to suck this up doesn't like to stay on the bottom of the container. So we'll have a better shot using 3 and we can just pour it back in. Engine ice has been great for us so far. You got it in majority of your bikes. Haven't had any issues. It does need to be switched out probably about yearly. Once a year is pretty good. But lasts way longer than just water, wetter, and water. All right, so what's in the box?
Yeah.
We got our radiator cap adapter, so that's just going to go on where our radiator goes. Radiator cap goes. Top of the radiator here. Fits nice and tight. We got to block off our expansion tank hose because we don't want all the coolant going into there.
Okay.
And then this part of it is going to go into our container. We got all these wheel weights on here just trying to help keep it down. This hose just always winds up bent from the box here.
Yeah.
So that's why we put so much coolant in there. Because we need it to be submerged all the time. And we need this container to be higher than the radiator cap, which is why the bike's on the ground.
So gravity can
and
take
this is
effect.
on the bench, yes. So then we're going to take this part, which has our vacuum gauge on it. And this handy hook here to hook onto the grip. this hose is going to go into just an overflow container. And we're going to apply shop air, which is going to give us the vacuum. So first thing we're going to do is open this up, and this is going to put the motorcycle under a vacuum. So that's reading negative millibars, so that's a vacuum. Okay. So once we get in the green, we can shut it off. And this is cool, we can actually check our cooling system for leaks this way, especially since we changed the hoses. Yeah. So we'll just leave that sit for a minute. As long as that bar doesn't move, our cooling system has no leaks with vacuum applied at least. Yeah. Because it's holding a vacuum. We can also test the cooling system with pressure, of course. That might show a leak. All right, so now we're gonna open up our coolant slowly, and it should draw it into the motorcycle.
Your gauge is adjusting.
Yep. And we should be able to watch the level drop on the tank here. See, we're at the 89, and it's going down.
Yes, it is.
You can actually use this on any cooling system. It doesn't have to be the ones that are prescribed for it. It just save you from the bleeding step. It should save you from the bleeding step.
Yes.
We should be good to go. So
really
now
cool.
We just close this back up, and then we'll put our extra engine ice back in the container. We should be left with about a container and a half of it. That'll be another sign that we know we got enough in there.
Okay, Mr. Zack, what are we doing here today?
All right, so we got some carbon fiber swing arm protectors that we got to get on.
Yes.
And if you are attempting this at home, make sure you have lots of time and lots of patience, because a lot of stuff is coming off compared to the other style swing arm.
Yes.
We got to get our silencer out of the way, the rear set out of the way. That's not too bad on this side. The hugger, which wouldn't be that bad, except it's all held together with these little plastic spring clip things. Work definitely better than the Yamaha ones, but they're still kind of a pain.
Yeah.
And then we got to get everything cleaned up. I test fit everything.
Yep. And
everything looks like it's going to be okay. I might clearance this part of the carbon fiber swing arm cover just a little bit for our swing arm bob in there. So just right here, you can see it's not perfectly straight. I'll probably take a little material off there real quick.
Okay.
And then this side, you got to remove the chain guide on the bottom, and it's still pretty tricky to fit around the chain. So ultimately, if you were doing a chain and sprocket at the same time, it'd be a great time to do it.
Yes.
If you're doing rear set, chain sprocket, all that, you'd want to do this first. Strip your bike down, get these guys on.
Okay.
We are going to lose the BMW, the chain adjustment specs, so kind of a bummer, but it looks good once it's all on there.
Maybe they could take a picture of it and like save it and reference it later.
Yeah, I mean it's in the owner's manual too, but
it's
just always nice to have that info right there. And then our Gillies chain adjusters, we had that sticker that was the guide.
I remember that.
That would give you your exact setting. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to lose that sticker. You're just always going to have to measure your clearance, and you pretty much always have to measure to double check it anyway. So
absolutely.
Oh well, you just don't have the sticker anymore. But let's go ahead, and we're going to use clear RTV because the black stuff was kind of a pain to hide, and this is going to get messy, I think.
Yeah.
So the clear, when we're done, we'll just scrape off, peel off whatever you can see, and it's clear, so you're not going to see it as much.
Okay.
So I went and got a fresh tube of that stuff. And first, let's just clean everything up with rubbing alcohol. Even though we're not using sticky stuff, it still gets any grease, oil, waxes, all that off.
Okay.
So we use a lot of that all over the swing arm here. Especially down here where it's going to be tricky for that swing arm protector to stick.
Okay.
And we're going to use the zip ties again. We'll get a zip tie. At least we have a nice spot to get a zip tie around there.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll dry up and stay where we put it.
On goes the silicone.
Yep.
Clear silicone this time.
Yes, clear silicone, just in case it makes its way out. Wherever there's flat areas, we want to put a lot of it so that it really sticks well. Now we're just going to kind of shimmy this in behind the exhaust. Like I said, I wish I could get this off, but that is stuck forever.
Yeah.
If it winds up smearing a little bit, that's fine.
That wasn't bad.
That was not too bad. That's actually the best time I've done it. And then we're just going to press it in place. Fit on there really nice.
It does.
All right, so I was super happy with how that went on, actually.
Yeah.
It was like the best time yet, so that's awesome. We got some zip ties on here tightened up, holding it all on. Hopefully it dries. We're just going to let it sit for 24 hours and cut the zip ties and see what happens. If you got to re-glue, you got to re-glue. But yeah, you're right. That does look really good.
It does, man.
Now we'll go to the other side, which we got to sneak around the chain, so it's going to be even a little bit more tricky. Oh, let's see if our clearance here. Oh yeah, we got that clearance real nice. Cool.
Nice.
Let's get these guys back on there.
That looks good.
That looks good. I like it. All right, on to the other side. This is going to be a little bit harder to get some zip ties on though.
Yeah.
And then we just want to put a lot in all our flat areas because that's what's going to really hold it on. Nice. Snuggied up. Now we got our bottom chain protector piece. And this is also just held on with the plastic rivets. The only thing that has me concerned is everything's sticking out a little bit farther now, you know?
Yes.
Hopefully we guess the right spot. Now I guess we can drill 2 holes.
Yeah.
I think it was about center. Cool.
Outstanding.
No problem. Just would have sucked if we would have been off to the left or right.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of luck on our side there.
Yes.
This will be pretty good. I don't think we need any other zip ties.
No.
We're going to let those hang out overnight, so unfortunately we won't get to check out the finished product right now.
Yep.
Have to stay tuned until next time, then you get to see it.
Exactly.
While we're back here though, let's pop the shift rod off and we'll put the cover on. Let's see, we got our quick shift sensor on there.
Yep.
Washer goes between the shifter and the screw. Hopefully this is the last time we're taking it out. Yeah, that looks great.
It does. It's really nice.
Snug them. I'm going to torque them 20 Newton meters.
So now what you're installing?
We also have this shark fin gill piece here.
Uh-huh.
See how it fits. Elmberger piece.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, and we can reinstall our Gillies tooling frame sliders too.
Oh yeah, man.
So the torque was 60 Newton meters. We got them torqued up. These are the little center caps that go in there with the Gillies logo.
Yes.
But I'm just gonna leave them out because they're starting to get a little scratched up from pulling them in and out.
Sure.
And these were spring-loaded ones. See them going in and out. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, man. Looks outstanding.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the exhaust and this rear set off just so we cut those zip ties.
Okay.
So you'll have to just wait for the next.
The
video
next
to see
episode,
all
it gives them
together.
something to come back for.
Yeah. And I think next time we got a pretty cool seat cover.
Yeah, from Louis Moto.
Yeah, we'll get installed, and they added a little bit of padding, so hopefully it'll be more comfortable too.
Heck yeah.
So that'll be neat. Stay tuned, and
Yep.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on next time.
Thank you, Zach. He's right. We got some more cool stuff being added to this bike before the end of the month, November 30th, when this season 5 of the New Bike Build Series will be over. And then we will make the announcement of who's going to have the choice to make between this or the Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory in early December. You can still win this motorcycle. Information on how to do that is in the description. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. The swing arm cover looks awesome. The frame cover looks awesome. The carbon fiber gills look amazing. And the bike has come a long way since we started this build series. Thank you guys so much for viewing. We'll catch you guys next time on the New Bike Build Series.